Today we are sequencing a little passage called Hello Island. This one's pretty short, so it won't take us too long. So before I read this passage right here, I'm going to go ahead and just peek at my events that I want to pay attention to, so maybe I can remember where they are easier after I read the passage. So the first thing I'm going to look for says, red hot rock poured down its sides. Smoke came out of the sea. The new island was named Surtsey, and the volcano cooled down. So that's the sentences that I'm going to pay attention for while I read this little paragraph up here. Again, it's called Hello Island. About 30 years ago, some fishermen were on their boat near Iceland. Suddenly, they saw smoke coming from the sea. Then the top of a volcano rose out of the water. Soon, red-hot rock began to pour down its sides. It looked like the sea was on fire. At last, the volcano cooled down. It became a new island. People named the island Surtsey. Now, like usual, I'm going to give each sentence its own color just because I really like that strategy. I think it makes it really easy to see the order that the events are actually occurring. So if you don't like that strategy, you don't have to use it, but I really recommend finding some strategy that works for you. I like to be able to see things. So when I can see my colors, it works out very well for me. So I'm going to make red hot rock poured down its sides red. Now this is a really short passage, so I don't have a lot that I have to look through to find this. But I do know that the red hot rock poured down its sides could not have happened before the volcano erupted. So I'm going to have to look after it erupted, which happened about kind of in the middle of the paragraph. So I'm going to look about right here. Then the top of a volcano rose out of the water. Soon, red hot rock began to pour down its sides. Oh, there we go. Now I'm going to look for smoke came out of the sea. Now I remember before the volcano went off, before it erupted, it was talking about how the fisherman was in a boat and then they saw smoke coming out of the sea before the volcano even showed up. So I'm going to look towards the beginning for this then. About 30 years ago, some fishermen were on their boat near Iceland. Suddenly, they saw smoke coming from the sea. Oh, there we go. They saw smoke coming from the sea. Now I'm going to get another color. The new island was named Surtsey. The new island didn't form until after the volcano fully erupted. So I'm going to look at the end. At last the volcano cooled down. It became a new island. People named the island Surtsey. There we go. And then the very last one. The volcano cooled down. I remember reading that part, the little section I just read while looking for the island name. Right before the people named the island, the volcano cooled down, and then they realized that an island had formed. So if I look right here, at last the volcano cooled down. That'll be my purple. So now that I've done that, I can visually see the order that these events come in, and I can number them much easier. So I first run into this green, so that'll be 1, and then I run into red, 2, purple, and then blue. Oh, that's not a good 4. So if I were to read these events in the order that I numbered them, it should go along with the little story. Smoke came out of the sea. Red hot rock poured down its sides. The volcano cooled down. The new island was named Surtsey. Perfect. So now that we've done that, we're going to look at this little sequencing graph or chart. So this is basically the same concept, except instead of numbering them like this, we're going to rewrite them in the circle they go with. Now these arrows just show us that it goes from this event, and then this one happened, and then this one happened, and then this one happened. It says fill in the circles in order. Use the numbers and sentences above to help you. The first one is done for you. So in circle number 1, it says smoke came out of the sea. So I look back and see what I numbered as number 1. It should say that exact thing. Smoke came out of the sea. Perfect. So for number 2, I'll need to put that red hot rock poured down its sides. So I'll go over here and I'm going to write it, and it might not look pretty because I am using my finger on my screen. So it's not like I'm writing with a pencil. It's not going to be super pretty. But you'll get the point. Red hot rock poured down its side. So I'll write it right here. Red hot rock poured down its side. So now I will go and put my number 3-1 in the third circle. My number 3-1 says the volcano cooled down. So I'll go back to here, my number 3, and write the volcano cooled down. The volcano cooled down. Then I'll go back to number 4 and I put the new island was named Surtsey. Go back to 4 and then I'll write that. Hopefully I have enough room for this one. The new island was named. Let me check my spelling. Oh, there it is. Surtsey. So that's just another way that you can show events happening. It's another way you can show sequential order, which is just when you put events in order. It's exactly the same way as doing it like this, but it's just a different way to show it. Some people like that they can visually see each event next to each other. Now there's a little extra thing down here, and you don't have to do it, but it might be fun. It says, tell someone how Surtsey became an island. Draw pictures to show what happened. So basically what you could do is draw a picture for each of these circles if you want. You don't have to, but it might be a fun coloring break. So while you're doing your sequential order assignment, just be sure to figure out a strategy that works for you. If you found a strategy that you like that I haven't taught you, let me know, because it might be good for others to hear that too. Just because I like to see the colors like this doesn't mean that everyone else will, because we all like to learn different ways. So if you come up with your own new strategy, let me know and I will let everyone know. It'll be kind of like you're the teacher. That might be kind of fun.